What the fuck is happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast on today. It's actually Monday the 5th, but this is for the podcast that's supposed to be out on Tuesday the 6th. And did I pause there because I couldn't remember exactly numerical order? Yeah. It's been a long day, guys. We're trying to get this out of the way. We're gonna get this done because it's a busy week, because the big man's going to LA to visit Aaron McCann and do gigs. We actually have a show. We've got a show booked for LA, but I'll get to that in a second. A couple of things I want to do. Let me plug some gigs before we move along anywhere. Obviously, if you're listening to this on Tuesday, 7th, we are in Lavery's Comedy Club, as usual. We've got Rory Ward is doing support, Mickey Bartlett is MCing, and then the headline, we've got Eric Lawler, who's from fucking Joe.ie and goddamn Fair City and all that shit. All very funny guys. I don't know if I'll be on because, I'm busy. I'm very busy, but I might jump on to E10 and try some new material. Tickets are on sale. If you go to colingeddis.com, all the tickets are available. Dublin is available. I'm playing Whelan's in Dublin. Very small venue as far as I know. The tickets are on sale. If you go to whelanslive.com, you'll get them, or if you go to colingeddis.com, follow the link, you'll get that. We then have we then have Manchester on the 25th. Gonna go over to Manchester. There is no Liverpool gig. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that there's no Liverpool gig because I don't know what the fucking crack was. We tried to book it so many times, and it has got round to the point where we're gonna have to book flights, and they still haven't got back. It's not gonna be confirmed, and I know what's gonna happen. We'll be like, book the flights, go to Manchester, and be like, do you still want the fucking gig on the 24th? And I'll go, oh, you fucking useless hot water cocks. Maybe you should all tweet the Hot Water Comedy Club and be like, why won't you answer Colin Geddis' fucking emails? All you people here want me to go gig in Liverpool. Fucking assholes, I swear to God. And then also on the 12th of December, Spanish for December, we have Coleraine Riverside Theatre. Those tickets are flying out. It's like a 300 seater or something like that, and it's got fucking it's probably got about 60 tickets left. I don't know, it's hard to gauge. I'm one of those people, you'd look at a crowd and they're like, how many people are down there? And I'd be like, 100,000. And you're like, no, there's like 20 people down there. But the tickets aren't going to last long for that. So that's me and Mickey Bartlett doing like a double header. And then Newcastle sold out. If you want to go to Oma, which is in Lola's at the Silver Birch, get some tickets to that shit. Again, all on colingeddis.com. We had tickets on sale for Larne. Rather than do a fucking, some sort of art centre down there, we thought, let's do a pub that we did before. And the last time I was in the pub, he did a gig downstairs in the bar and had us wait upstairs in the green room, which was actually a perfectly square room with a bar in it. And I said to him, bro, why don't you do the fucking gig in here with with rows of seats? And he went, oh yeah, that'll be a good idea for next time. And I went, yeah, it will be. So here we are, about to do it. And it's like 120 people. It sold out, and they added another date, and it fucking sold out. So we're doing 2 nights in Larne, which is going to be the best vlog of all time. 2 nights in fucking Larne. Unbelievable. And that's it. ColinGeddis.com for all your ticks. We're putting in a merch order, so there's going to be some sweet AF merch coming up. Do you hear that noise every time I put that in? If there are any tech people out there, I have an H6N, and I run a lead from the computer, from the fucking mic or the headphone jack into this machine, but every time I plug it in, it goes. So, what the fuck is going on? I have to leave it unplugged. It drives me fucking bananas. Do you know what I'm saying? So I gotta plug it in like this and then go, guys, enjoy the intro. I'll see you after the intro. Fuck.
General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
Right about here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get yourself and your soul together. This man will make your liver quiver. This man will make your bladder splatter. Let's all welcome the world's godfather of soul,
Colin Geddis.
It's Geddis, actually.
Geddis. Geddis.
Fuck you. Gotta figure out something to do on camera while that's happening, don't I? Anyhow, first of all, let me do a huge shout out to all the Patreon subscribers and donators, because in the last couple of weeks we got this camera. well, first of all, I want to apologize for the last couple of podcasts because the fucking camera hasn't worked. And then I decided, let me film it on the GoPro. Try to do that. Turns out what's happened is I have 2 broken SD cards. So I got 2 128 gigabyte SD cards and put them in the camcorder here and the GoPro. So I put this in the camcorder and it went, you have 11 hours fucking recording time. And I was like, amazing. So that's all Patreon money. Do you know what I mean? Paid for the camera, paid for the fucking, what do you call them? Memory cards there. And then also the latest development, and I hope it's paid off. I hope you're sitting at home going, Jesus, Colin, your voice is crisp. That is so goddamn crisp. Enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? Because we have new mics, as brought to you by everyone who donates on Patreon. So I'm hoping all those guys who walked around going, it's not loud enough, bro. You know, I'm walking around London, I can hear traffic over the top of your podcast. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this is crisp and vibrant in your fucking ears right now. I hope you're enjoying it. Get it inside you. And that's down to Patreon. Do you know what I mean? Just having those resources there to be able to push this podcast and up the quality and do all the things we want to do. That's you guys. So I'm very appreciative. Thank you so much for donating. And people, and it continues to happen. I mean, the plan in the next while is to film a show. Now, is it very sensitive like that? Yeah. I'll address that for next week. In fact, fuck next week. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this little book under it, and hopefully that just did absolutely nothing. Did nothing. But we'll sort that out. We will sort that out. Maybe I go back to the old stand that was over here somewhere, and you know you don't pick up on those vibrations. But anyway, I hope the voice quality is thick and delicious. Okay. What the fuck was I going to talk about there? Yeah, this is all down to the Patreon people. Got 2 mics. Another reason why I went from those sort of vocal mic type things that looks like a tin of Coke is because you had to talk right into the front of it, and you can't really see your fucking mouth. You know, it's like, hey, what's up, bro? Doing a podcast? Not good. People are all like, let me see your mouth. People are like pulling their dick, going, let me see your mouth. Colin, I just want to see your mouth, please. And I you know, I have surprisingly small lips, so I don't know what that's doing for you. I've got lips like a tortoise. You know what I mean? Just good for just eating wee bits of lettuce. In fact, me and Mickey, we got these mics and they were so sensitive that me and Mickey were going to do like a ASMR. Is that what you call that? ASMR. Let me look it up. ASMR. Yeah, people are really into this, and people just are in their ear going, hey, what's the crack with you? Gabby ASMR. Now, of course, this one's probably really popular because, of course, should get red. Isn't that hilarious? Take any genre and simply add the fact that the girl in it would get piped. And here we are.
Today's video is sponsored by honey. If you don't know what honey is,
it's like what bees shit out. Is that what honey is?
It's a free browser extension that will automatically check deals and codes for you whenever you shop.
I realize I've just put an ad in for fucking honey on my podcast now, but let's go. What are you doing here?
On this.
She's just touching stuff. Touching boxes.
You know, like those weighted blankets that people use to like help them feel.
What is this like? She's just talking about Christ the night. She just touches things with a gain on the mic way up. Now, there's a fat disgusting dude doing it. Absolutely not gonna go anywhere near that. I mean, I've heard people talk about this and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, it's not supposed to be sexual. And it's like, of course it is. Do you know what I mean? When it's the dude eating the fucking ice cream, like, not sexual. When it's all Gabby ASMR, they're going like, hey guys, I'm just here fingering my butt. You know, like, me and Mickey are going to do a video, and it's called Culchy ASMR. We're going to do it in a way where it's like, you know, it's like, have you moved away from home? Do you miss home comforts? Do you miss those sounds that are very familiar to you from the countryside? and then just do a bunch of things from here where someone's going, well, daughter, how's your overload beat? You know what I mean? Or just like, everybody loves this sound, and it's just someone cracking open a fucking Buckfast, just like, oh, just now. I tell you what you miss the sound of. Red diesel hitting the bottom of your fucking tanky or bora. You know what I'm saying? You dirty wee cunt. Anyway, it's very weird, but I feel like these mics will allow me to do that. Now, what did I start talking about there? Mics. I decided to get these because they're kind of more portable. The other rig was like a big fucking lump of shit. But I feel like these ones, I can just take them to people. It's not a big setup anymore. Do you know what I mean? I've got these tiny stands that look like a microphone stand that a baby would use if he did stand up. So this is a lot more portable. I can just grab all this shit, throw it in a bag, and take it to somewhere and do a podcast with somebody, which is the plan, which is absolutely the plan. Now, will I take them to America? I don't know, because I've heard people having trouble with like getting into America with a whole load of kit, basically. So if it looks like, you know, you've got fucking 2 cameras and a drone and a goddamn... Well, actually, I am going to take a drone, but I'm going to keep the cameras small so that I'm like, oh, I'm just an amateur fucking guy. I don't know what I'll use to record a podcast in LA, but we'll figure it out. I did it on my phone one time before, and people were like, did you change the mics? Because that sounds fucking brilliant. And you're like, yeah, that's actually not the really expensive equipment that I use. That's actually just my fucking telephone. But we're back on track. The sound is good, the video's good, and we are fucking just killing it. I've started doing a weird thing this week, guys. Me and Dave, as you know, who were part of like a poster just fell off the wall in here, which is like one of the scariest things that can ever happen to anybody in life, because it does it gradually. It's like, and then it falls off. Jesus Christ. Yeah, me and Dave were in a weight loss competition, the heavyweight challenge, or the heavyweight drop, and not a great time to start that for the both of us, you know what I mean? He's getting married, he was going on stag do's, he was doing all this shit. I'm running around on tour trying to fucking eat a bunch of shit. See the shit see today? There's the rest of the poster, and there we go. And do you know why that is? Because this garage is freezing, and I have a heater in it today, and the heat is just pulling all the fucking shit off the walls here. For fuck's sake. I started running this week, right? And there's this thing. Do you know what? You just keep having these fucking realizations in the fitness movement, where I'm like, you know, everybody wants to fucking cheat it. You know what I mean? There's people like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do 50 minutes on a cross trainer or some bullshit, and you're just like, it's not worth it. Hold on a fucking minute. I hope that was the right thing. There was a heater on there, and it was gonna kill me. You know, I feel like I just felt like I was doing a whole pile of bullshit. I was buying weights. Weights are good, but you know what I mean. I was on all these things and looking up all these fucking CrossFit style workouts, which all do work. But then, you know, I was just doing all these circuits and fucking burpees and what other exercises are good to fucking get you to fucking get your heart rate up and do all these HIIT sessions. And I was like, I'm pretty sure all you need to do is literally run and then just do some very basic heavy lifts, and you'd be fucking flying. So I was just like, I've had a shitty knee for a long time playing rugby. Just someone just hit the side of it, and it was fucked up, and I fucked it up many times since. And I always used that, like, sure, I have a dodgy knee, I can't really have the impact. Anytime I was like on a treadmill doing any sort of HIIT type shit, I'd have it at an incline, so it wasn't like trashing my knees. But the other day I was just like, do you know what? I can't. I was just like, I was trying to write out a workout and all this bullshit, and I was like, if I could just fucking get out of the house and run right now, all this horse shit would, you know, I was thinking like, I'll do like a HIIT type session where I work for 30 seconds, rest for 30. I'll do 30 rounds of that, which is actually a good workout, but it was just like, it just seemed like too complicated, and you have to write it all out. So I was just like, I'm just going to fucking start running. And I had that couch to 5K, which I've talked about before, which I never fucking did. But in the last while, I have been working out a lot, and I've been doing a lot of circuit type stuff. And oh my God, what was that noise? This mic is maybe too good now. You can just hear the inner workings of my fucking stomach. But yeah, I decided, like, let me do this couch to 5K, and I got the app. But since I've been working out the last while, I just went and just started running really early one morning, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. The couch to 5K, I was like, I'll just break it in easily, because, you know, I've been lifting weights and I've been doing some fucking bullshit for a while, but I've never just ran. You know, I'm like fucking God knows what my knees and I mean, this is of all the shit I've talked about, this might be the fattest cunt of all conversations. I was like, I'll just run. So I followed this couch to 5K thing, and it was like walk for 90, or like walk for 90 seconds, then run for 60, then walk for 90, and do that 7 times. And then I started it. I was like, well, here we go. I was running, and then it went ding, and it stopped. And you're like, oh, you have to walk for a minute and a half now. And I was just like, this is fucking wank. So I was thinking, like, you know, I'll trick myself into running. I'll do this interval thing, you know, and then I'll cut it down ever so slightly. And then all of a sudden I'll just be running, you know, a length of time, and then getting very little rest. And then I might as well just keep running. So the first day I just went into a different app, and I went minute on, minute off. So I ran for a minute, walked for a minute, ran for a minute, and I was like, this is no bother. I was pleasantly surprised how easily I could fuck. Now, there's probably someone at home going, oh, well, what are you talking about, you fat cunt? That's what normal humans can do. But it was just, you're very, you know, fucking mindful of the way you run, because you're just like, I don't want to fucking stand on a leaf here and just snap my knee to the side. So just trying to run on the fucking balls of my feet, you know what I mean? Stay loose, stay light. And then even that was the first day I went running, and I just was like, the minute was no bother, and then the rest seemed like it was fucking ages, to the point where it was just like I just started running again. And this is around a lake where there's little gates that separate the thing. I think it's to keep like cattle enclosed if they escape, or to stop people flying around it in a fucking like a moped or a scrambler or something. So I was running, and then I felt like the minute was grand, and then the rest felt really long. So I was like, do you know what, fuck this shit. And this is literally the first day. I was like, I'll just run. And then I think I was doing like 2 minutes, and then I would do like 1 minute rest, but I was still walking quickly. And then I gave it a couple of days, and I went again. Now I've been running twice, but I will document this process, because I mean, I can't believe how fat a cunt this conversation is, but like, fuck it. I'm just sick of seeing a lot of fucking, you know, even Dave posted his workout the other day, and I was like, that looks like a fucking gift. No harm to you, Dave. I'll do it. I felt like doing it. Just like, I'll do your fucking workout, bro. But there's a lot of bullshitting where it's like, oh, I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to fucking elastic bands and, you know, weird crunches. And you're just like, just fucking, you could literally probably just deadlift, squat, and bench, and maybe do some curls and fucking some burpees, and then just run the rest of the fucking time. Break it up with some hill sprints. I don't know. But I was just like, fuck this. And then even today when I went, I was just like, I'll just fuck the time thing, because, you know, all you're doing is keeping your eye on the time nearly, or you're waiting for a wee ding, and then you're like, taking a rest, when you easily could have just pushed through it. So I just fucking basically ran to the little divider gates, and I would stop, and I would sort of walk around it, take a wee bit of a breath, and then I would take off again. Same way if you were running on the road and you had to stop at a light or something. Just doing that. And I think I've surprised myself a wee bit with the actual levels of cardio. I think I'm a lot fitter than I thought I was. But again, literally baby steps. But I tell you what the thing is, like, I have been working out a lot recently, a lot of weights, a lot of fucking barbell things, a lot of kettlebells. But as soon as you start to do anything different, you start to go on a few runs, you're just like, the cardio's okay, but definitely my ankles will turn into fucking a packet of Tic Tacs by the time I'm finished here. Just being a big heavy cunt, starting to run again. So I'm kind of excited about it, because I've got that wee boost of like, oh shit, I'm actually not as fucking out of breath here as I thought I would be. So you get excited and you want to do it more. But at this point, I think I'm going to have to do probably a lot of fucking Bulgarian squats and strengthen my knee and do a lot of fucking ankle stability and shit like that, and just slowly build it up. Which is it's just weird. I think it's just years of going like, I have a bad knee, sure, which is the worst fucking attitude, because that's what everybody does, you know. Sure, I have a bad knee, I couldn't get up them stairs, and you're like, absolutely the number one thing that you need is to get up them stairs, you fat fuck, you know. Oh, I can't get out of a seat, I need a thing to get me out of a seat. Nah, you need to fucking do 1,000,000 squats and get out of the seat like it's fucking just getting out of a seat type thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it slow. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going out running with anybody. I've no target in mind. Well, actually, yeah, 5K would be good. But yeah, that's the next step. And straight away, I'm like, okay, what shoes do fat cunts wear when they run? I mean, you could argue that fat cunts wear some of the best fucking sports gear going. I used to do material about it, that you literally, all you see is fat bitches like head to toe Under Armour, and all they're doing is smoking a fag and pushing a pram. I've got twins, so this is technically a workout, you know what I mean? Fucking when Primark was there, God rest its soul, you had to get up them fucking escalators with fucking quadruplets in a fucking in a set of twin buggies while they're smoking 20 fucking Lambert. That is a workout. But yeah, there's bound to be running shoes for big heavy cunts. Or do I just keep running in the fucking Metcons and stay light on my toes, you know, let my feet fucking toughen up. Why do fat cunts, like anytime I'm in a shop and someone's buying like 3-4 tins of Red Bull or Boost or something, always fat as fuck, bro. You know, taxi driver fucking waddling to the car with like his full arse out and his belly just like coming out the bottom of his t-shirt. 4 tins of Boost, burning a lot of energy that day, mate, you know what I mean? That's me, burning energy, needing to stay alert and all. You know, sometimes about 3 o'clock I have to build up enough energy to fucking pick a pound off a floor that dropped down there, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3. I get that pound up there. You know, sometimes I'll park a wee bit too far away from a ticket dispenser, and I'll have to open the door a crack and put my foot in the floor and grab a ticket. No, sometimes, you know, it's cardio sometimes, mate. It's cardio. I need 4 tins of Boost for it. I need 4 tins of Boost for me to sit in this car all fucking day. Not crazy. Like, for a big fat bastard, I have quite a lot of energy. Hence I've stopped drinking coffee, because, you know, I'd be fucking awake for all week. That's the way it goes. I don't know what it is. I need a fuck. By the way, I'm drinking San Pellegrino. Now, I'm only drinking it because it was in the fridge, and there's more sugar in this, I'm pretty sure, than a fucking tin of Coke. Because Coke are one of them ones where they get it bad. You know, everyone focused on Coke. Oh my God, you put a tooth in a thing of Coke and you shake it and it fucking disappears. The whole tooth rots away. And everyone's focused on Coke forever. You know what I mean? It's like, it's rare in the world and fucking high sugar fructose, glucose, or whatever the fuck it is. Meanwhile, all the focus is on Coke. And these bastards have fucking, what is it, like 13 spoonfuls of sugar in it or something? Huh? And I'll tell you something. The red blood orange one. Look at my face, San Pellegrino. Disgusting! It tastes no different to like an Orangina, which is Orangina, if you ask me. So yeah, the running's going, I don't know, I'm just taking it slowly. I might try, depending on how my feet feel tomorrow. I feel like someone's reversed over them in a caravan. But tomorrow morning, if I feel good, you know, I don't have the podcast recorded. I'm recording it right now. Crispy, I'm a new Shure fucking, what is it? PGA 58s, which the man assured me was more for spoken word than singing. And I went, good lad. And then he went, they're also half the price of the other one. And I went, are you serial? Thanks. In fact, I was in Belfast when I was buying these, and I had a meeting with Joe Dugan from the Limelight about booking another gig on the 5th of January, which the tickets are going to go on sale for soon, which is going to be a recording of a special. And I'm going to edit that together and put it online, because I haven't done that yet. I haven't put a full fucking thing of stand-up online. And I may put chunks of it up, and then I may put it up for sale on my website for very little money. like £3, maybe 5. But the Patreon people are going to get a download link for free. So there you have it. And I just need to work out the logistics. It's going to be like I'm going to take a lot of material that I've done in the last 3 years and pick out the best stuff that would make like one solid show of sort of evergreen material. So I'm psyched about that, right up the dick. And I'm gonna run from now till January. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come on stage, dick V's coming from my nips down to my penis, the hinge of my penis, and probably have my ankle strapped up, because by that stage it'll be like a fucking, like an actual bag of dried rice. That's what my ankles will be, and I'll be like, "How's it going, guys?" Like one of those, like a puppet, like a Thunderbird, literally like a Thunderbird. I might just come on the Segway. Imagine that. That'd be good crack if I did a show on a Segway. That'd be terrible. Let me tell you what else I got up to last week. It was Halloween last week. I don't know if I'd recorded a podcast or not. I don't think I had. But we went down to the in-laws' house, my in-laws, Maureen's parents, and they know how to throw a party, but they also know how to do shit that's probably, it's kind of like, do you want to get all dressed up? Do you want to fucking have a firework display? Do you want to go bobbing for apples? All that shit? Do you want to do the traditional Halloween shit? Or do you want to just put a bin bag over you and be like, I don't know what I'm here as? Or what have you come as? Could be a fucking, like a Dracula. Could be a witch. Could be a boxer trying to lose weight. I remember seeing that actually whenever I was doing judo when I was younger. There's a guy trying to lose weight for a competition the next day. He's running around with a fucking bin bag under his gi. He took it off and it just fucking goosh, pished all over the floor. And I was like, bro. Actually, I can remember thinking at the time, like, why is he losing weight? And they're like, oh, so he's lighter. And it didn't make sense to me. I was like, but why would you want to be lighter in judo? Surely you want to be heavier. Obviously to be in a lighter weight class, but I was like, obviously be heavier. Which is when I was in a transitionary stage, when I was still a youth, but not quite training with the adults. So I was big as fuck, and I was like fucking the Hulk at the end of Avengers, just smashing kids into the floor and being like, why would you want to be lighter, bro? When you can just Donkey Kong some fucking P7s here. And then I left because it bored me. I mean, they should have just kicked me in with the adults there, and I could have got my fuck kicked in. I'd probably be like, world judo champion right now. But instead I was like, I'm bored of just beating the fuck out of these kids. I'm the only one here with pubes. I'll fucking wreck this joint, bro. How disgusting is judo? Like, a lot of jiu-jitsu clubs, most of them have very high hygiene levels. You know what I mean? People will fucking point you out if you get your fucking toenails are too long. Be like, you can't fucking do jiu-jitsu with these, bro. And they're fucking Dettol, like cleaning the mats every day, steam cleaning stuff. People have to be clean. If you smell bad, I'm pretty sure I've seen people be told that it's quite obvious that they're wearing a gi for like the second, third time. They're like, bro, you can't do that. But when I did judo, disgusting. It was fucking rank. It was in the Valley Leisure Centre, and I'm pretty sure they just fucking used the mats and then took them up and stacked them up and put them back, and they were just like, I'll do till next week. Ringworm, just covered in fucking fungus. I got some disgusting shit in there. I remember skidding and like taking the skin off the top of my foot, and it did not heal for quite some time. Just fucking going to school with my wee kickers on. Do you remember kickers? Yeah, they leave the tag on it. Swag as fuck, bro. Much like the Curtains haircut, they will never be back, thank fuck. But what else did I have? I had some dirty shit. I'm pretty sure I had a verruca, which, I'm nearly sure was from that. I had that what do you call that shit? Impetigo? There we go. Now I've YouTubed this, which is even more disgusting. I remember getting that shit. Did judo. Bro. Impetigo? Is that how you say it? Control C. Let's go to Google. Colin Google's horrific injuries. Yeah. Impetigo is a bacterial infection of the surface of the skin. It is the most common skin infection seen in young children. Well, there you go. All these fucking stinkers that I was beating the fuck out of. Could you wash once in a while? What causes it? The germ is known as Staphylococcus aureus. In hot climates, it may be due to some other type of Staphylococcus. So it's essentially some sort of... How did you get so much around your ass, sir? Oh, that's fucking... Oh. You see, that person has it up their nose. That's uncomfortable. I'll tell you what happened to me. I just came home from judo one day and... oh, that's fucking... Why did I do this? I do this like 4 times a week where I'll just Google a thing and be like... What was the last one? It was like Anyway... I came home from judo and I was like, oh my god, I think I cut my ear doing judo. Because, you know, people get cauliflower ear and shit doing grappling sports. And I was like, that's fucking killing me there. And I put my hand behind my ear and it literally felt like it just went into like a hole. And I went, what's that? Turned out it was that. But by that stage, it fucking scratched the back of my head, touched my lip. It was fucking all over my face and shit. And you had to use your own towels at home. And then my parents would just fuck the towels out. You had to get some steroid cream and get the fuck rid of it. Disgusting. But very unpleasant. What was the last thing I fucking Googled the other day? And they're fucking plastered this computer and sick. Fungating tumor or something? Nah. What? Like, look at this old boy. How did it get to that point? Fungating tumor. Now, got a lot of saliva in my mouth right now because I want to absolutely chund. Fungating lesion. Fucking, it's made my shin sweat. Ulcerating cancer. Now, that's enough of that shit before I fucking projectile. Anyway, let's move it on to a happier note here. What a strange podcast to be like. You know, you get your new mics. You better put these to good use. Let's talk about tumors. By the way, if you want something cool to watch, check out. There's a Mac Miller tribute show. There's like a whole load of rappers and stuff on it. It is class. I might actually play the Action Bronson one at the end of this. And now I've also seen something. Just let me just check out what this is real quick. Shut the fuck up. Is this really a dude, Nick the Smoker? Does this guy do reviews of fags?
Hey, how y'all doing? Nick the Smoker here. Coming up with another review today. This one is going to be a kind of a special review of a package I did receive from one of my fellow Australian viewers. Thank you so much, Joel, for sending me
this guy's smoking fags and fucking reviewing them like an unboxing of fags. How? This is 12 minutes long. This is, I mean, he's sniffing it. He's like, let's see what this is. Imagine him doing that with like a fucking... I remember when I was at uni and people would buy single fags, and I'm pretty sure they were called Palace, but I'm not sure. There was a shop that you go down and spend, you could pay like 50p or something, which seems steep, and get a single cigarette.
It kind of comes off in the middle as a medium, but I can see if it might be a light. It's not incredibly light, but it's just a little bit. I would say it's more of a medium so far.
So boring.
Flavor so far, not bad at all.
I mean, it's like, what the fuck are you? What a shit thing to review. I'm gonna start a review on like eggs and be like, you know, like something that's just the same. Well, you know, this is the Skye eggs 6-pack and large. Well, it's not as large as I thought they'd be. And let's see what the crack tone is like. Oh, opens easily. Amazing. Crack that out. Now the color of the yolk I would describe as just a amber sunset. You know, it's a good healthy orange there, and as it hits the pan, it of course starts to cook, and you're like, it's a fucking egg. Okay, we'll like this. It was fucking 7 minutes before that guy lit the fag. He's like, sniffing it. No, seems that, as you can see there, it has a orange butt at the bottom, which is pretty standard for all cigarettes. And the paper is of course white, like every fucking cigarette in the world. And of course, when I light it, tastes kind of like smoky, like I'm smoking a cigarette. Shut the fuck up, will you? It's like that Dylan Moran bit about fucking wine. You either go, or you go, That's fags. I smoked for a good few years, and never once did I go like, oh my God, what are they? Let me see the box. That is delicious. That is a nice fag if ever I tasted one. Lovely. That is lovely. I actually feel like I'm spoiling it. I might go back to smoking my own fags, because I feel like they're so delicious that if I start smoking these, I'll smoke 1,000 a day. Good fags. We'll keep those for Christmas. A wanker. Wank job. What the fuck was I going to talk about there? I'm going to unplug that anyway, because it's making way too much noise. Oh yeah, go on and watch that Mac Miller thing. I don't know what the fuck I was going to do there. So, shout out to Dave Elliott, who got married last Friday, and he invited us to the wedding. So thank you for that. Great day. It's funny because I've been married, and the day seems to go very quickly when it's your wedding. However, weddings are long. They're long as shit, you know? And I don't know how to avoid it, you know? I hope that at our wedding, people, because we went from wedding straight into entertainment and drinks, and then we got some photos, and then we got brought in for dinner, and we had our dinner, and then we had the speeches after the dinner, which I think is, you know, as nervous as people are, they want to get the speech out of the way. But, oh my God, focus, bro. But I think that people are starving. Do you know what I mean? People have sort of put off eating, and, you know, it gets to that time, mid-afternoon, when they're like, let's do some speeches, and that's when you should eat, and then the speeches go on, and then you're like, I'm fucking starving. But we obviously all the comedian lads were there, and were we blocked early doors? Yes. Do you know, fucking me and Mickey got there and had a pint of Guinness literally at 1:55, and Dave's getting married at 2:00, and we were like glug glug glug, and then went in and sat in this service thing, which was lovely. They did it in a room at the Crawfordsburn Inn, and it was gorge. Very nice settings, you know. Fuck being in a church. Get in a nice setting. And they had a fucking string quartet that was lethal. They were playing, and I'm a fucking idiot. See, as soon as someone covers a song, like if someone said to me, "What's your favorite song?" I'd be like, "I don't know, I have a few." What, you know, pick one of your favorite. I'd be like, maybe like, you know, "Song for the Dead," Queens of the Stone Age. If someone just played that a slightly different way, it would take me an hour and a half to be like, where have I heard that before? But these ones were playing, and it was class just to hear all those tunes. Obviously, I've never been hit by a pint harder in my life. When you chug a Guinness at 2 PM, and I'm sitting there going, just ready to party. Like, bro, they're playing the Mario theme tune on a fucking cello. Dab City. Whatever noise I was making there, it would hurt my throat. I thought I was getting a cramp in my throat. But even that thing, I was like, what is that? Is that Frasier? What is that? Is that from Friends? I can't even fucking think. Class. And of course, you know, they brought their little baby down the aisle, and that's when I was like, well, we're all crying now. Do you know what I mean? People are like, oh, you know, you have to be married and then have a kid. Nah, I would say if you want to make the wedding special, have the kid already. I've been in another wedding where they already had a baby. Pungent. That's my new character, the guy that messes up poignant and pungent his whole life. That sauce is poignant. But yeah, great wedding. And by the time we got our dinner, I'm not criticizing the wedding, but all I'm saying is we did some drinking. So we got our dinner. By the way, Maureen was dying with a fucking cold, so I think what she did was got a decent enough night's sleep, filled herself with all sorts of fucking pills, and I spat when I said that, so I must be aroused. She fucking dosed herself up, squirted that shit up her nose, Sudafed, got it all cleared out, was trying to drink water, still looked a bit fucking sick, a bit dried out for her, like her, her lips were weird and all, I've never even seen that. And then she had a few drinks, and then by the time the dinner came, she's like, I just think gonna go up to the room for a wee minute, and fucking out cold, just, and she was like, I don't feel good at all, and I went, oh man, that is shit time. And yeah, I think she did that thing where she just fucking mustered enough energy to get through the day for the most part. And then once we had the dinner and they shifted you out for a second to turn the place into a dance floor, she was just like, I can't even fucking get up. Can't get up and go down there. And in that little period, I was like, Woodsy, where are you? And he's like, oh, we're in the room. And I went up and he's like, I got you a bottle of whiskey. And I was like, oh, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And then we drank a lot of whiskey. And, time flies when you're getting blocked. And the next minute, fucking Shane and Aaron Butler arrive. Shane Todd and Aaron Butler, not the couple, the Butlers. And then Mickey burst through the door, and there seemed to be this other little party going on up in there. And I don't know what happened to that bottle of whiskey. I don't know if we drank it all, but I most certainly did a fair bit of damage to it in the room. And then went back down and drank a lot more whiskey. And then, a couple of rave tunes later, everyone's kissing each other and hugging. And then just went up to the bedroom to Maureen, blocked. And I was like, Maureen, you alright? You down with the flu? You alright? You alright? And then she's like, I'm hungry. So I ordered room service, and I got chicken and coleslaw sandwiches that if a fucking child who was visually impaired made me, I would have been more impressed. But anyway, I was blocked, so I just ate the fuck out of these sandwiches, which were only, these sandwiches were only £15. So all good, baby. I go down. Maureen's like, by the way, hey, Crawford's Burn In. Your rooms are so fucking hot. I'm surprised nobody's died in one of them yet. Do you know? A resident staying at the Crawfordsburn Inn died of dehydration in his sleep because the room was 51 degrees. I walked in and I was like, oh, hey, what the fuck? I was like, don't even let that door slam behind you. Keep the door open. Try to open the windows. Zero draft. Turn all the radiators off. And you're like, what's going on? This room is just this hot. How the fuck is it just this hot? And like, why do... I'm gonna open a hotel. It's just called the Realistic Hotel, and what there is a minibar, and the only thing in the minibar is pretty much the only thing you want: crisps and water. That's all that's gonna be in it. And then in the wardrobe, there's gonna be, when you buy like a 6-pack of 2 liters of like River Rock, that's gonna be in the thing for hungover people. And instead of all that horse shit, like a sewing kit, I don't know who the fuck has ever used that. There's just gonna be like a Tesco's Resolve thing, one of those. It's like a fucking paracetamol and a Dior in one, for when you've got the shits and a headache. And you take that when you're hungover. That's my secret, by the way. If anyone wants to know my secret to hangovers, go to Tesco's, get those Resolve or fucking relief tablets or whatever they're called, and if you've had a load of drink and you wake up, say you don't have to get up to like 9. Make yourself get up about 6:30. Pour one of these in some water. Down it. It fizzes up. It's got paracetamol in it. It also has salts or some shit. Drink that and then go back to sleep for an hour and wake up, and you'll feel considerably better. But yeah, I remember ordering the sandwiches at the fucking after the wedding had sort of finished, and I went up to the desk and I was like, can you still order room service? And the guy was like, yep. And I went, I was like, is there hot food? And he was, nope. And I went, can I just order some sandwiches then? And he's like, what do you want? And I was like, give us the old coleslaw and chicken. And he's like, no bother. And then I went, because there's no water in the room, so I'm like, can I get a jug with fucking water and ice in it? And he goes, well, there's no ice, but what I'll do is I'll let the tap run for you for a minute. And I went, thank you. That's the sort of shit you don't need to fucking... That's behind the scenes info. You don't need to tell me. There's no ice, so I'll just let the tap run for a minute to get you nice cold tap water. Things you don't need to know in a hotel. Is our room ready? No, it's not quite ready yet. Someone shot up the wall, so the guy's up there now just scraping it with a toilet brush, but it'll be ready shortly. Sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, don't just tell me it's not ready yet. Do you remember fucking Steve Nice, who was doing all the fucking all the images for the podcast? Met him out one night in the Bullet Hotel. He sends me a photo the next morning. Dude, what the fuck happened? He was blocked and got into bed with like a pint of Guinness and fucking rolled over on it or something and cut his arm and bled all over the bed like there'd been a fucking murder in it. But anyway, Dave's wedding was class. Nothing ends the night off like a bit of fucking like bits and pieces, Speaking of murdering, murdering, world famous serial killer / mob guy, Whitey Bulger, got beat to death in prison the other day, which is not. There couldn't be a more fitting ending for such a prolific cunt. But yeah, they were like, we don't know whether they gouged his eyes out or they beat him so hard in the face his eyes came out. I didn't get to 89 years old and killed a load of people. They're like, that's me now. That's me home and... Well, not home, but like, that's me safe. I'm in jail. They transfer him, and the second he sets foot in it, they're just like, clink, clink, hitting him with fucking padlocks and a sock. Great times. Great times. But we watched the movie where Johnny Depp plays your guy Whitey Bulger, and it is fucking dark. Johnny Depp losing his mind in real life. When it comes to acting, though, very good. They give him the blue eyes, and he's a fucking psychopath. That bit where they fucking let me just see if I can get this up. The trailer for it. I mean, it's ironic because he snitched on a load of people, but then he hated fucking snitches. Let me see, Black Mass. Let me see if I can play this trailer for you. Plug this motherfucker back in. Yeah, I think the trailer's just one scene, which is great. And of course, there's an ad. Mental. Also, give me the option to skip. Don't let me fucking... Oh, you cunt. Come on, bro. Rub Pixel 3. Eat my ass. We hear this.
What did you marinate this steak in? Because it's out of this world. You're killing me with...
No. It's a family secret. Oh.
Come on. You gotta tell me that. What's the secret? Come on.
They give him those psychotic, like fucking icy blue eyes, and they just dart about. He's like, come on, tell me what you marinated the steak in. I don't know where I heard it, but apparently someone was like, Bill Burr should have played Whitey Bulger, and there's not much of a difference, to be honest.
Good do it. That is one of the best goddamn steaks I ever had in my life. Ever. What's the family secret recipe?
It's ground garlic, and a little bit of soy.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I thought it was a family secret.
That's your recipe.
No. You said to me, this is a family secret, and you gave it up to me, boom.
See, I wish I had one of those real smart fucking minds. I really don't. I don't know what I'm smart at. I'm probably quick off the mark with some witty comments, but see when people are like real devious fucking manipulators, that's how I wish I was. I'm not clever enough. I'm just like, say it out loud to your face. Haha, there you go. He's like, tell me what's the recipe? And the guy's like, it's a family secret. And then he tells him, and he goes, I thought it was a family secret. And the guy's like, oh, shits his knickers.
Just like that. You spill the secret family recipe today. Maybe you spill a little something about me tomorrow.
Look, I was just saying that.
You were just saying. Just saying gets people sent away. Just saying got me a 9-year stretch in Alcatraz.
I mean, you get the point, like, but fuck me, it is class. Johnny Depp, bro. Amazing. How can he be like, wee, like fucking Charlie in the whatever? Black. Or no, let me see. Has Johnny Depp shaved his head? Did I talk about this last week? Johnny Depp. Shaved head. Where is he looking like a mental cunt? Such a fucking hell. Nah, can't see the picture. Oh, there he is there. What are you wearing? It's just funny the way you get a guy who's like such a good actor. It happens all the time when someone is really good at something and they desperately want to be another thing. There he is playing the guitar, looking like a knobhead. Too many bracelets probably, I would say. I mean, look at him there, sexy as shit. Bro, lost it big style. Just enjoys too many pints. Just enjoys the wine and the fags. Bit too much, but there he definitely looks awful. Doesn't look good. I watched that this week. I mean, the thing about that movie is your man's like, you gave up the recipe so quickly. And he hated snitches, so he killed it. You know, snitches get stitches. He killed a lot of them. And then what happened was he ended up being an FBI informant. So that when he got to prison when he was 89, some other guy who was in jail because of a snitch, who snitched to the FBI, was just like, I hate these type of guys. And he beat his head in with a fucking lock in a sock. Lock in a sock. Smash your brains in. I also watched a program the other day about polyamory with Louis Theroux, and it was fucking sad. This is when people are like, you know, they have multiple partners in a relationship, which sounds cool, but it was just the weirdest set of people. There was always like a woman who was going out with this dude, and the dude looked like he got a bit too fat and fucking, you know, a bit too quiet and couldn't get a boner one day, and she was like, do you know what? I love you still, but I would also like fucking piped. So I'll stay at home here with the kids, but every once in a while this other dude who has another family, his wife doesn't want him to fuck her, and you know, I have a husband who doesn't want to fuck me, so he's just going to come round and we're going to pull a fucking sofa bed out, and you go upstairs and eat Pringles and pretend to be asleep, and I'll just be down here just fucking just getting reeled. And it's weird, and you feel like, you know, there's a lot of people that are just going like, yeah, I'm cool with this, just because they're too like fucking insecure to either break up with someone or admit that there's anything wrong. So the guy's like, I'm just happy to see that she's happy, you know, because she's receiving, you know, some sort of physical attention. He's like, okay, I'm just glad to be here in a relationship, quote unquote, and as long as she stays here and sometimes talks to me, I'm cool with that. But it's so funny, like, the other dude arrives around and they all fucking hug each other, and then she turns around to the one guy and's like, okay, you look tired, honey. And he goes, I'm getting there. Go on upstairs. Which is like, go on you upstairs now. And then this fella here is just going to fucking smash my pie in downstairs. Weird. There's just so many weird. There's always some weird dynamics going on. There's never like three people going, yeah, we absolutely fucking love this. It's always like somebody's like sacrificing something, you know? And it's usually some fucking weirdo who's like, yeah, I don't think I'll get any sort of love anywhere else, so I'm gonna take a small slice of the love pie in this relationship. and there was one girl with 2 boyfriends, and literally the fucking they were called Vic and Bob. Welcome to Shooting Stars. Da, 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 da. How fucking hilarious is that? Like, tonight I'm gonna fuck you in the club style. Vic and Bob, like, and basically she was going, you know, and the guy's like, you know, sometimes we just have sex separately now, because it used to be there is a bit of a problem, like I do not last very long in bed, and Bob, he lasts a long time. So if we were sharing our partner and he was to go first, I would probably fall asleep waiting. And the girl was like, yeah, so Bob lasts longer, but Vic, he's a lot better at the foreplay stuff. And the guy's like, yeah, I am. And then Bob's just sitting in the corner fucking like, and these people are fucking atrocious nerds. You know? You're like, sometimes I feel bad I don't pay Bob as much attention as I pay Vic. And you're like, pay some attention to a fucking toothbrush. Your teeth look like sweet corn. And you note the breath. I can't imagine the breath between these fucking 3 nerds, like. But it's so funny to be like, the guy's like, yeah, I don't last long, but I'm better at the fork. She's like, Vic here is good at a licking puss, but Bob is a little bit retarded, but he does go straight to fucking Pound Town. And then she's like, I do have a history of depression and anxiety. Louis Theroux's like, and how did you take that out on yourself? And then he's like, and then she's like, oh, self-harm. And then I was like, oh, is it self-harm or is it Bob just busting your fucking scrunchie? I'm not very good at the foreplay stuff, but I'll absolutely just drive it into your guts for hours on end. And these guys make apps or something. There is such a thing. When they talk about the in-betweeners, like that show, you're not cool enough to be a jock, but then you're not weird enough to be in one of those subcultures, you know, like the ones hang outside Queen's University. Oh yeah, we're doing QCon and all this here shit. I'm dressed as Zelda. They are fucking doing the weirdest shit. Because people with the least sort of fetishes are probably the people who get bucked the most. You know what I mean? They were a hot teenager. They were getting rid early and regularly, and they were just like, oh no, I'm cool. I get a lot of regular sex. And you get those other freaks where they're like, you know, running around dressed like fucking Mario, and they're like, oh, later on we're going to get together and do a funnel piss party. What's that? You put a funnel up your ass and we all piss in it, and like they're doing the weirdest shit of all time because they didn't get rid till they were like fucking 30. It's weird. Do you want to come round later and just fucking dig your long nails into my back knee while we're bucking? I'll be dressed as Assassin's Creed. So, swag. Fuck. Get that in HD in that microphone. Oh, here. In fact, what else did they do in that fucking show? They had a, let me play this. This is Louis Theroux. They did a fucking...
That night, having called and run it past my wife, I joined AJ, Matthias, and
They
Joel
did a
at an event organised
sensual
by-
eating party, and shout out to BBC for putting a fucking aubergine there, like a wee dick emoji. Oh, look, check out Fat Tits straight away. Everybody is kind of disgusting in this.
Are you excited?
I'm just a night of...
Everyone's kissing too much.
Yeah, like, this is my place to go. I have 3 girlfriends and maybe a couple candidates for the position as well.
Which is so funny because he looks so gay. Looks very... He's like, I have a couple of girlfriends. And I'm stereotyping. Also, the guy's going bald and then has a fucking, like, a load of braids out one side, but then thinning on top. I have a couple of girlfriends. It makes me wonder how, like, regular dudes that I know are fucking single.
Yeah.
You gotta get into these weirdo fuck parties, that's what you do.
Yeah. Have you done this before?
Well, I've eaten food before.
And then, like...
So genitals stay covered, no
Everyone's they all get naked. And first of all, Maury made a good point. She's like, I'm paranoid to eat out of my own fucking hand. Like she'll fucking hand sanitize like 1,000 times.
Feeding slowly feeding
not some fucking hippie that just smoked a joint and they're like, hey, eat this Philadelphia cream cheese. And you're like, because I know you play fucking acoustic mandolin all day.
part of your body, but do everything slowly. Slow is always better.
Dirt. And they're all just fuck. There's a
Advertised
tit. Is that a
sensual
tit?
eating.
Oh, someone's licking a
It
tit
soon
on
became clear
YouTube.
that the eating was
Fuck's
taking
sake.
a back seat to the sensual.
I don't like
And
mixing.
don't get so involved.
I don't like.
Yes, I'm ready.
I don't like drinking alcohol and eating. I'd rather just let me eat my dinner, drink some water, and then we'll get fucking steaming afterwards. See all that shit, like slowly, like you've got a full hard on. You got a full hard on, and someone's like, "Hey, eat this strawberry," and you're like, "Uh-huh." Bend over and yank it apart. Disgusting. Now, a gentleman sent me a thing, and I don't know if it's real. My ears popped there. But I don't give a fuck if it's real or not. I'm going to read it out and assume that it's real. Now, someone sent me this, right? James Joyce's love letters to Nora, his girlfriend. And the guy went skip to 8th of December 1909. James Joyce was just writing dirty letters to his girlfriend, and this one is very funny. This is what I couldn't get through this the other day. I laughed that fucking hard. I wonder should I play some piano music in the background like we're fucking Blind Boys podcast. Let me see, sad piano. I mean, that's in purple. Like I've typed that in before. Sad piano music. This is hilarious. This will make you cry. Someone needs see that hum that's going on there. Someone needs to teach me how to get rid of that. So this is James Joyce writing to his girlfriend. My sweet little whorish Nora. It makes it funny her name's Nora. I did as you told me, you dirty little girl, and pulled myself off twice when I read your letter. I'm delighted to see that you do like being fucked arseways. Yes, now I can remember that night when I fucked you for so long backwards. It was the dirtiest fucking I ever gave you, darling. My prick was stuck up in you for hours, fucking in and out under your upturned rump. I felt your fat, sweaty buttocks under my belly and saw your flushed face and mad eyes. At every fuck I gave you, your shameless tongue came bursting through your lips. And if I give you a bigger, stronger fuck than usual, fat, dirty farts came spluttering out of your backside. You had an arse full of farts that night, darling, and I fucked them out of you, big fat fellows. Long, windy ones. Quick little merry cracks. And a lot of tiny, naughty farties ending in a long gush from your hole. It was wonderful to fuck a farting woman. When every fuck drives one out of her. I think I would know Nora's fart anywhere. I think I could pick hers out in a room full of farting women. It is rather girlish. It is a rather girlish noise. Not like that wet, windy fart which I imagine fat wives have. It is sudden and dry and dirty, like what a bold girl would let off in fun in a school dormitory at night. I hope Nora will let off no end of her farts in my face, so that I may know. Oh, we lost a bit there. You say when I go back you will suck me off. And you want me to lick your cunt, little depraved blackguard. I hope you will surprise me sometime when I am asleep. What? Surprise me sometime when I am asleep. Dressed? Steal over me with a whore's glow in your slumberous eyes. Gently undo button after button in the fly of my trousers and gently take out your lover's fat Mickey. Lap it up in your moist mouth and suck away at it till it gets fatter and stiffer and comes off in your mouth. Sometime too I shall surprise you asleep. Lift your skirts and open your hot drawers gently, then lie down gently by you and begin to lick lazily around your bush. You will begin to stir uneasily when I will lick the lips of my darling's cunt. You will begin to groan and grunt and sigh and fart with lust in your sleep. Then I will lick up faster and faster like a ravenous dog. Hold on, I've screenshotted these, so I need to... He didn't say that. I'm James Joyce, and I've screenshotted these fucking things just so that I can read it correctly. You will begin to groan and grunt and sigh, fart with lust in your sleep. Then I will lick up faster and faster like a ravenous dog until your cunt is a mass of slime in your body, wriggling wildly. Good night, my little farting Nora. My dirty little fuckbird. There is one lovely word, darling, you have underlined to make me pull myself off better. Write me more about that and yourself, sweetly, dirtier, Jim. It's no wonder he got any fucking thing wrote down, James Joyce. Just out there smashing farts out of some girl's hole. You're an ass. I don't know, he definitely didn't talk like this, but I feel like it should be delivered like that. Meanwhile, I can't read it because it's tiny. I love the way it's like, you know, it's like someone who writes a lot wrote it. And then he gets to that point where he's like, gently undo button after button in the fly of my trousers and gently take out your lover's Mickey. Your lover's fat Mickey. What a gem that was. I forget who sent me that. And I refuse to do research to see if that's real or not. But cheers. You fatty little madam. You had an arse full of... Imagine someone saying that. Do you remember that night? No. Oh, what do I remember you had an arse full of farts. Do you remember? It was a good night that night. Fuck's sake. Good times, mate. Good times. Do we have questions for the podcast? I'll skip through some of these questions. Shall I? Can you do a mention for Movember? Great cause. You bros need to stick together. Yeah, Movember has been forgotten about for a while due to the invention of the beard. A lot of people were rocking beards and they were like, I'm not going to shave this off. It took me 2 years to grow. I know there's a bearded one for something else. But yeah. Shout out to everyone doing Movember. I don't know what it's for. Men's health or something. I don't know where the fucking money goes. People are like, I'm raising money for men's health. Maybe they just give it to someone else. I have no fucking idea. You're an alien sent from space. You land on Earth. You have to eliminate one race of human, one species of animal, and one type of food for all time. AJ Swan. One race of people. One race of human. People from Newry. One species of animal. I'm sure you could do without a wasp, couldn't you? They're fairly cuntish. And one type of food. Don't know. No, you gotta have all the food, like. One race of human. I don't know, that's weird. Also, I just skimmed past the photo of my dinner earlier. Because we were in Oma. Because that's the lengths we go to a fucking Primark. Because there isn't one in Belfast. It's actually closer to us than it is to Belfast. But I was starving. And I'd done my run this morning because I'm a runner, you know. This guy. Fucking Paula Radcliffe. On roids. And we went to a place called Rexy Jack's, bro. Which is beside a cinema. Which is like somewhere where you would take a child for a fucking like 12th birthday. And I got this stack of shit. It was ridiculous. There was a half a rack of ribs on the bottom. Then you had 2 duck spring rolls. And then you had like 5 giant fucking chicken strips. And then you had onion rings. And then you had mango and like hoisin salsa all over. It was probably 5,000 calories. And I just ate it in one fucking go. Disgusting! You know? Fat cunt. Michael Jardine, long time haven't heard from you. Would you ever think, I haven't done questions in a while, that's probably why. Would you ever think of doing a format similar to Kill Tony for one of the live podcasts? Maybe get some young comics or first timers up and give them a minute of stand up followed by a Q&A. Although I think me and Aaron are going to go sign. He's done Kill Tony about 3 times, and I think I'm going to go and sign up. And if I get picked, I get picked, and then I'll try and do 1 minute of stand up. I don't have fucking 1 minute of stand up. I've many minutes of stand up, but like none of it's designed to be shot out in a minute. No, I would never do that because I feel like you should be given the chance to fucking improve as a comedian instead of going up and have like your early sets judged. You know, I don't think it's fair but then they do. We see what they're doing it for is exposure, you know, because there is an off chance that they might do well. And, you know, you're doing it in front of fucking Tom Segura or whoever. The way Aaron did quite well in front of some big fucking comedians. But I don't know, it's weird to go up and just for fucking stage time and then eat shit. And then, especially if I did it in this country, what am I supposed to say? I've fucking died in my hole on stage plenty of times. And I'm supposed to just be like, bro, that was shit. This country's too small. Someone would fucking stab you. No, but I don't think I would ever do it. Ever fancied shooting legally? Yeah, I mean, I've done some clay pigeon type shit. You know, went hunting, which entailed carrying a gun around. Yeah, I've shot some shit. Like, it's fun. It's definitely fun, but I mean, yeah, it's alright. I'd love to go hunting. I'd love to like shoot something and then break it down and just eat it for the next year. Final question from, sorry, it was very loud. Final question from J.OC. With the way you've been able to rub shoulders with touring bands like And So I Watch You From Afar and the Bonnevilles, what are the big things in common you have as a comedian with gigging touring bands? What things do you absolutely not have in common? I mean, fuck, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the only reason that I would be mates with them is just like because I've made a video for the Bonnevilles. I've ordered t-shirts off Andy who can print t-shirts as well. He has a printing sort of business. So that's how I got to know them. And So I Watch You From Afar. I think I've used their music in a few videos and just been to see them a lot and ran into them loads. Talked about them on podcasts. People have given them a shout out saying I've mentioned them in a podcast. They've listened to the podcast. And, you know, that's it. But the similarities, fuck, I don't know. I mean, you can talk about, like, trying to sell tickets or trying to go on tour. But it's way different it's way more different being a comedian because, like, you don't have to do half the gigs. You generally speaking get all the money. You don't need to split it between fucking, you know, 2, 3, 4 people or more sometimes. I think it's just that thing of you're a performer and you're hustling. Everyone's fucking hustling, like all these fucking bands and shit like that. And then I'm also literally just a genuine fan of both of those bands, so that's about it, really. I don't really know what to tell you. That's it. Just fucking. Do you know what I mean? You can become friends with people pretty quickly if you tell them that you like their stuff. You know, like, oh, I like your shit. Can I use it in the video? Yeah, no problem. Boom. Doing a gig here. Do you want to put you on the guest list? Yeah, sure. You know what I mean? You get chatting. You know, and then the next minute you're having ramen with the drummer from And So I Watch You From Afar going, what the fuck happened today? And now we're eating noodles. Very strange. Fucking goddamn phone. I think I'll get the fuck out of here, seeing that it's very late at night. 22:22. I need to go to bed because I have to organise a full fucking trip to LA tomorrow. So, that's about it from me, guys. Shout out once again to all the Patreon donators, patrons. You've paid for this crystal clear sound that you're listening to right now. The video, supporting video for YouTube. You know, we had a bit of a crisis with memory cards. Now, is my phone gonna get smashed to bits? Yes. But yeah, if it wasn't for Patreon money, you know what I mean? We can't dig ourselves out of these holes, get new memory cards, have a video podcast, have an audio podcast, buy new mics, make them nice and crystal clear. We'll make the whole setup more portable. I'm going to go do some podcasts with some people in the near future. Probably when I get back from LA. And I'm going to bank those up and I'm going to release them as like bonus podcasts with guests. But at the same time, I'll be doing this podcast. You know what I mean? You dirty little arse full of farts. I remember the time imagine not having to be reminded about that. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me of the long evening where I fucked you ass-wise. Imagine that was like a segment in fucking Pornhub. Do you know what I mean? Fucking big fat arses, Latinas, teen, arseways. I'm going to start a porn channel called Arseways. That's it. But anyway, shout out to all the fucking Patreon people who have donated. If you want to contribute to the podcast. Again, it hasn't been going for that many months, so I'm still trying to figure it out. Still trying to do things that are of benefit to people who are actually paying money. And donating every month. And it doesn't have to be a big amount. It can be a very small amount. If you want to do that, General Banter, patreon.com/General Banter. For any of the tour tickets, we got Dublin, Manchester, Coleraine, Newcastle sold out, Lola's in Oma, and there's an Armagh Marketplace date to go up, and Lauren sold out. ColinGeddis.com for tickets, and that is about fucking it. If you don't want to, if you don't want to fucking donate on Patreon, which you absolutely don't have to, but you want to do me some sort of favor, just go on and rate and review the podcast. You know, if you're on the podcast app or iTunes, just be like, let me rate it, boom, 5 stars, and then give me some kind words, and that's it. Tell your friends. Have you heard this podcast? It's fairly mediocre. You know, he burps a lot in crystal clear, high fidelity. Anyway, cheers, guys. And I'm out this bitch.